Now comes the next chapter, which is tools for creativity. There are several tools for creativity. We don't have time to go to all the tools, but look at this canvas. Right? It's got curiosity, it's got attitude for creativity, it's got belief in creativity, it's got inspiration from creativity, it's got process, everything contained in that. Of course, now that I'm teaching biomimicry, I'm going to add biomimicry to this too. So these are tools for creativity. What have we learned? We have learned what is creativity, we have learned the creativity journey, we have learned the process for creativity, and we are learning the tools for creativity. The tools for creativity, therefore, are seeking information. You learnt it already. That's a big tool. You cannot solve what you cannot understand. So try and get information on the problem, please. Nobody is going to say this. Very few people actually advocating information on the problem before you solve it. Anything, even family problems, get information first. Don't proceed with the problem without information. Don't generate ideas as soon as you listen to the problem. Never. Please don't. These are the ways in which you get information. Observation, listening, asking questions. Secondary research means something that you do all the time, right? Googling. So, tools for creativity are, I have purposely put seeking information under tools because I want you to understand that is something that's very, very, very important. So I put the name tools for it. Tools means you can't do much without tools, right? That's why. You can't do anything in creativity without information. Imagination is one more tool for creativity. Knowledge is limited. Imagination encircles the world. Imagination. What is it? I hope your notebook is getting filled up. I have not forgotten the notebook. You may have forgotten it. What is imagination? Yes, imagination is the ability to take your mind wherever you want, whenever you want, is imagination. Right now, while I'm talking to you, I've gone to the moon. I'm sitting on the moon. Yes, I'm sitting on the moon. From there, I go to my grandfather's old house. I've gone there. Lovely big house. Not anymore. From there, I went to my college, where I did my graduation. I can see my college, I can see my principal, my friends. Oh, by the way, I've seen one friend I have not been in touch for a long time. I'm going to call him now. And from there, I take myself to the future of technology. I'm teleporting myself. Look, I'm imagining. So imagination, brilliant, no? What a great gift we have. What a great gift we have. So imagination is a tool for creativity. It can help you imagine new solutions. So before you think of before you start solving a problem, do some imagination on the solution. Say, this is how I imagine a solution. Living underwater for housing. You have a housing problem, you say, I want to live underwater. Nobody has thought of it. I don't know why. So cool it'll be, no? I can see fish outside my window. Yeah? So that's what it is. If something does not exist today, if housing underwater does not exist today, it does not mean it's impossible, but it has not yet been imagined. Remember this, please, for the rest of your life. If someone says it's not possible, say you have not imagined it. Just say it to him or her, and they'll be surprised at your creativity. Look at this. Try to do this. I'm sure get your notebook and start doing this now. Imagine you could ask a paper plane to deliver a message. What would you say? And to whom would you send it? Okay, me, I will deliver the message telling the scientists. I want to send it to scientists working on environmental problems. All the scientists, I want to send a paper plane to all of them, saying, "Can you please hurry up, please, with your solutions?" I'll send it to all the scientists and I will say, can you please hurry up with your solutions? We are in grave danger. Right? So, imagination. Imagine you could turn into an animal or bird for a day. What will you become and why? Animal or bird? What will you become and why? So I will turn into a lion, and I will become a lion because I want to know if I am really the king of the jungle, as I am told. What have I done? In the last 4 minutes, we had so much fun, right? I'm sure all of you are having fun writing it. Call your parents, call your friends, and start doing these exercises. Where do we do these things, please? Tell me, no? Why don't we use our imagination more often? That's all it is. Think of a statue. We have so many statues on the beach in Madras. So next time I'm going to walk on the beach, I'm going to ask, what if the statue came alive? And what will be the context? What will I say? I have a statue of the poet Bharadiyar. So I will ask him, what was his inspiration? There's a great poems by Bharadiyar, by the way. He was a freedom fighter, he was a poet. Bharatiyar. Great songs he's written, great poetry. So I'll ask him, Bharadiyar, where did your inspiration for all the songs come from? Right? And I'll say, how come your language is so brilliant? Did you write your poems continuously, or did you think, stop, write, stop, or was it just something that spontaneously that you wrote? So many questions I have for him, right? And that is imagination. So imagination is a tool that you can use. All you've got to do, okay, by the way, I have to remind you, imagination, you have to set a context. You have to say, I want to imagine something, but I want to imagine housing. Don't just keep it. So therefore, there's a context. I want to imagine a conversation between me and Bharadiyar. So you always set a context for imagination. Otherwise, your thinking will go haywire all over the place. And then you come to another tool called curiosity, which we never are, right? Why are we never curious? I don't know. I really don't know. So curiosity is a tool for asking questions. The more and more questions you ask, the more and more answers you'll get. Curiosity is the fuel for discovery, inquiry, and learning. So you want to learn something, you have to be curious. Those United Nations Sustainable Development Goals, you have to ask questions about each of those goals to learn something in those goals. Look at this. This is a blend of curiosity and imagination by Da Vinci. He imagined what he called a flying machine, and in this drawing he is trying to find out, how does one fly? A question is, how does one fly? So you will notice that curiosity and imagination are interlinked. You imagine something, you can say, how does one do it? You're curious about something, you're curious about birds flying, and you say, you imagine yourself as flying. Right? So there's a blend. That's why this picture is so beautiful, because it blends both curiosity and imagination. What are the characteristics of curiosity? You keep seeking information. Therefore let's see if you can be curious. No, I want you to be curious about that. If there's a tree, suppose there's a tree near your house, be curious about the tree. Let's see. Ask 5 questions on the tree. Ask 5 questions about the tree. Okay, question number 1. I'm doing the exercise with you. Question number 1. How does the tree pull the water from the ground? How long do trees live? How does the tree use solar energy to grow? What is the process for the seed to become a fruit? How does the tree grow its leaves after it has shed its leaves? How much of water does this tree require? More than 5 questions now. So what am I doing? I'm being curious. I hope you have taken the tree and also ask or choose any object around the room. Any object around the room. Chair. Who made the chair? How many days did it take to make the chair? Look, so much fun, right? You're probably looking at this whole thing in a laptop. When did the first laptop come into being? Who invented the keyboard? How long do laptops last? What is the cheapest laptop available? What is the most expensive? Look, there is no stopping me now, and there is no stopping you. From today, each of you will become imaginative and curious and seeking information. Just 3 things you do. Just 3 things. Become imaginative, become curious, and start seeking information. See how your creativity doubles in leaps and bounds. Leaps and bounds. Exploring alternatives, right? Curiosity gives you the ability to say, okay, if not this, this is this. Seeing what is not seen, because the more and more questions you ask, you unearth new information and you see. I'm sure many of these questions about the tree you never knew. But the minute you get the answers, you have seen what you could not have seen, what you did not see. So this is just more scholarly about curiosity, that's all. Dimensions of curiosity, joyous exploration. You are happy look at that, getting pleasure for exploring. I'm so happy I'm exploring something. Then, so you are upset that there is a gap between the knowledge, right? The knowledge, and recognizing a gap in knowledge and seek answers to reduce the gap. So I want to know what happened. For instance, when you watch a suspense movie, imagine if the director doesn't tell you the end of the story or who murdered who. Finished. You'll be so upset, right? Because there's a gap in your knowledge. You want to know who murdered. And so you are upset with that. You are deprived of that sensitivity. You are deprived of that knowledge. Therefore, you become sensitive. Deprivation, sensitive. You want to know what happened. All of us want to know what happened, right? Openness to people's ideas. So valuing diverse ideas from others. So therefore, you intentionally seek out different approaches. You intentionally go and ask, what's your approach to this? What is your approach to this? What is your view of this? You're curious because you are appreciating the others' opinions. You're appreciating others' opinions also. And finally, stress tolerance. Willingness to embrace the discomfort. You sit for 2.5 hours in front of the movie like that, right? The edge of your chair. It's okay for you to be uncomfortable for 2 hours because you want to know the end. So you tolerate that stress of not knowing. In my case, I can't tolerate it for too long. I need to know the answers quickly. Right? And that's why sometimes I don't like these serials because they take so long, 8 episodes to get to the murder. I cannot wait that long. So I make the stupid mistake of going to the final episode and watching it first. And then I spoil myself, I deprive myself of enjoying the suspense. That's how I am. So what are the tools we have learned? Seeking information, imagination, curiosity. What is intersections? Is one more tool of generating ideas. You need to generate ideas, right? So they're all tools for generating ideas. Intersection means when 2 ideas meet, a third idea is born. So this is a very famous restaurant in Horta, Portugal. Because after Horta, there's only the vast sea up to the US, up to America. So why I have chosen this restaurant is because here is where 2 people from different cultures, different countries meet, and they learn from each other and generate new ideas. So one fisherman will meet the other fisherman. The fisherman will say, in my country, how they how they catch fish. What we do is we put a hook and we catch fish, right? That's what he has said. The other fisherman meets this fisherman and says, in my country, what we do, when we want to fish, we put the bait in one sackcloth and we put it in the sea. So why sackcloth? It's because when the fish bite the sack, and when we get the fish out, and if you don't want the fish, we throw it back, but the fish's mouth is not destroyed. So now two people are coming with two ideas, and a third idea may be born. You may find out a new way of making a hook which does not hurt the fish. So intersections are ways to generate ideas. Information gives you new problems to solve. Imagination lets you imagine a new solution. Curiosity makes you ask questions. Intersections gives you new ideas. Intersecting new ideas. Look at this. This is a great intersection. Great intersection to generate ideas. The Eastgate Center. So, this is Mick Pierce. Mick Pierce is an architect and he is told to construct a mall. That's the mall in front of you. He is told not to use too much of energy for air conditioning. Mick Pierce is also an ecologist. He studies termites and he finds out that termites build their homes using a very beautiful system of letting in cold air in the night and letting out warm air in the morning. And they keep their houses well air conditioned. That's how they regulate their temperature. So what does Mick Pierce do? He combines the two ideas. He combines the idea of air conditioning with the idea of regulating temperature from the termites and uses that to build that mall. And that mall becomes more energy efficient because it has got the termite technology. What has he done? He has combined two ideas to create a third idea. So for instance, you want ideas on camera, right? You want ideas on camera. You think of camera, and then you look at water. And then you find, water is transparent. Camera, transparent camera. You have combined two ideas to get a third new idea. So widely different ideas come together and lots of ideas. You can have 4 ideas and all of them you can merge into one idea. Like the pencil and the eraser, right? Both the pencil and the eraser are in the same structure. So this is just some technical stuff, but look at the second one. Step into the intersection means you must now become in the center and you have ideas from water, ideas for camera is your problem, ideas from water, ideas from air, ideas from a bed sheet, whatever. So your camera will ultimately be transparent, but it will be in a rectangular form. Bed sheet gave that idea. So the question is, can you start creating new ideas? Look at this picture. Can you start creating new ideas? And can you start combining different pieces of information? That's the main thing here. Can you start combining different pieces of information to come back with a new idea? Which means, what are the new subjects you learn? Suppose you have a problem in engineering. You're doing your course, right? Data. So data management, data science and all that. So you have a problem. Can you look at cooking and come back with a idea from cooking in order to solve a data problem? Can you look at gardening and pick up ideas from gardening to solve the data problem? What related yet unusual subjects? So the subject is unusual. People are saying, why are you learning gardening? You say, no, I have a problem in data science. I want to use gardening to solve that problem. Look at the beauty, the power. Because you see some vague connection between gardening and your subject. What questions should we store in our minds to precipitate serendipity? what are the questions that we must store, so that what are the questions we must ask, so that we can quickly get connections, quickly get new connections.